Dana White, president of the UFC and the man who took MMA from the underground to the mainstream, has been at the center of some of the sport's most explosive conflicts. From Francis Ngannou to Tito Ortiz and even MMA journalist Ariel Helwani, today we will be looking at the individuals who are not afraid to step up to the boss man himself. Francis Ngannou. It is no secret that Dana White is not a fan of former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou. The feud seems to have started in 2018 when, according to Dana, Ngannou demanded a private plane to France after his fight with Stipe.
So he's going in to fight Stipe Miocic in Boston, and he knows he's gonna kill Stipe, right? So after the press conference, we're walking down this hallway and he comes over to me and he grabs me. And he says, let me tell you what's gonna happen. His English is great, okay? No language barrier whatsoever. When this fight's over, you're gonna book me a private plane to Paris. And I said, I laughed and said, oh yeah, he goes, I'm not joking. You're gonna book me a private plane to Paris. So, okay. So we go our own ways. Stipe Miocic beats the out of him. Beats the out of him. So that ended that whole conversation.
But this wasn't the only incident involving the two. Dana then mentions how Francis was mad at him for not getting a performance bonus, which led to a physical altercation.
And he had just fought, and he comes up to my office, and he's in the hallway or whatever, hanging out, and I said, come on in, what's going on? And he was pissed off that he didn't get a $50,000 bonus in his last fight, that he didn't get the bonus of the night. And I said, well, Francis, you didn't get it because this, that. And he's in my office and he's arguing with me. And I'm like, yeah, this guy got this guy got that, and this is why. So the conversation's over, I'm starting to leave, and he grabs me by my shirt and like pushes me back in my office. And I said, dude, get your hands off me.
Those were the words that came out of you when Francis Ngannou grabbed you by the shirt?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tito Ortiz. One of Dana White's most well-known feuds was with the former UFC light heavyweight champion. Before Dana became UFC president, he was actually Tito's manager. Even then, their relationship was rocky. Tito was difficult to negotiate with, and Dana often felt he overvalued himself. When Dana became president in 2001, things only got worse. Tito refused to fight #1 contender Chuck Liddell, claiming he didn't want to fight someone he considered a friend. This only increased Dana's frustration with the Huntington Beach bad boy. By 2007, with their feud at its peak, Dana and Tito reportedly agreed to settle their animosity with a 3-round boxing match. But when weigh-ins came, Tito didn't show up.
215. I'm ready.
So the last part of this thing is weighing in. If Tito doesn't show up, then that's it. I've done everything I was supposed to do.
You're closer than you think. 197.
I think in the beginning when we first signed the contract, Tito had every intention of fighting me. Maybe he heard how serious I did take it, and he didn't take it that serious. And I think Tito started thinking, this really wasn't a good idea. It's a lose-lose situation for me. If I beat the out of him, that should have happened. If I don't, that might not be good either.
According to Tito, he had actually pulled out a month earlier because he wasn't making enough money for the fight. Ariel Helwani. One of Dana White's most personal and long-running feuds has been with the MMA journalist Ariel Helwani. Early on, Ariel and the UFC had a good relationship, but things changed when Ariel began breaking major news stories before the UFC could announce them themselves. Dana saw this as disrespectful and accused Ariel of leaking sensitive information. The tension exploded in 2016 when Ariel reported the return of Brock Lesnar at UFC 200 before the UFC revealed it. Dana responded by banning Ariel from all UFC events and pulling his credentials on the spot.
But there was a lot more to it. A lot more people were involved in that thing, and it almost blew up a huge relationship that I wouldn't even get into publicly. Okay. That's why we just came out with a statement. I don't know. It was dirty. He knows it was dirty.
The ban was eventually lifted, but the relationship never recovered. For years, Dana continued to take shots at Ariel publicly, while Ariel pushed back on his shows, saying he was just doing his job as a journalist. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment on what video you would like to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.